Okay, we're cruising.
We dated for 2 years, and then we got married in August the 3rd, 1947, at St. John's, William. We moved to Columbus a week later when they studied veterinary medicine, and in Columbus, I worked in the drugstore and at Lazarus. I worked in the cosmetic department. I didn't have anything that had extra push money on it. He graduated we lived in a duplex, which was 2 apartments up and 2 apartments down, and the apartments had 3 rooms, a living room, dining room, kitchen, and living room, dining room,
And a bedroom?
bedroom, and a kitchen. And mother's brother, Uncle Bob Wiley, owned this house, and it was in bad need of new varnish on the floor, and so if we would strip the 3 floors in our apartment and put new varnish down, that would pay for the rent until we got out of school. Well, the first varnish he gave us didn't dry, and so we had to scrape all of that off and put new varnish on, and the new varnish did work. Amen.
Amen.
I worked. Did you go through this? I worked at Lazarus, which is a big store downtown, and rode the bus down, and I worked in the cosmetic department, but I didn't have any push money things. He graduated in April, and we had 4 tickets to a small auditorium for the ceremony, and it rained. And so I dropped the family off at the door and went to park the car 2 blocks away. I had on a summer coat that came down to my pockets, and I had on a black pebble crepe skirt. And when it rained, this pebble crepe would just ease itself back up again. By the time I got back to the auditorium, the skirt, it was the length of my jacket, and my suspenders to my stockings were showing.
Yeah.
And you were 8 months pregnant with Freddie.
Fred was due in a month, so I was...
You were showing out.
And how did you get the opportunity to go to Port William? Dad?
In Dad's senior year, at the veterinary meeting downtown, the seniors were all invited to come and interview or talk to the fellows who needed help. And so Dr. Starbuck had angina, and he was up in years, and he needed some help. And so he came to the meeting, and he interviewed with Doc, and so Doc came down 2 different weekends and talked to him and went on a call with him and everything, and decided that he would come. Well, Dr. Starbuck had also had 2 or 3 other young men in former years try out. So as we got settled in Port William, I was 5 doors down from the office, and there was a sign. They put a sign on the door. If you want to leave a message, go down 5 doors and knock on the door, and Mrs. Ellerding will take your message, and then we will get back to you. Well, this was May, and it was like some Mays, cold. So here comes this little old gnome of a fella knocking on the door, and he had a winter coat on, and he had a hat on. The ear laps could come down, but he had them tied up. And he looked at me and he said, "You the new veterinary wife?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you smoke?" I said, "No." "Do you wear shorts?" "No." "Do you sleep late?" "No." "Well, I guess you'll stay."
That was your interview.
The critical interview.
That's a performance interview, isn't it?
Oh, goodness.
You better turn it off in a minute.